Context. The viewer told me to farm out is also from the event quest because it also provides true core element and is better than a silver low set. So I unlocked the set to take a look myself. The following clip is a conversation that took place on stream at twitch.tv/Charlie. No, you're not listening to this at 1.5 speed. Or are you? I'm not sure. I don't think... The problem is, Constitution, you only need 3. If you're really trying to optimize, right, you only need 3 because you're going to get the rest from the dash juice. So potentially, Constitution 4 is a waste of a slot. It's not optimal. Secondly, Silverlos legs are just better. Silverlos B legs is better than the Azor set legs. Because Constitution here, at least 1 point in Constitution is a waste and there's better slots. Weakness Exploit is good, but it's not beating Silverlos legs here in this comparison. Hands, Focus is a waste. The free 1-star decorations, nice. But potentially this might be better for the slots. Yeah, but you can get... Okay. Assuming you have God decorations, right? Or assuming you have all the necessary decorations. Yeah, critical boost is a waste. We agree. But a 4-star slot and a 2-star slot against 3 1s. And keep in mind, Focus is a wasted slot here. Focus is a wasted skill here. The chess piece, Focus is a waste again. 1-4 decoration slot. I mean, critical boost is a waste here. But at the highest level, it's still a damage increase over Focus. And then the helm, I think Silver Helm is not that great either, right? Yeah, Windproof is a super waste. Absolute waste. But at least it gets 1 free slot as well, which isn't that useful. I don't think it's not as much of a blowout as you're saying. Like, now that I'm seeing this now, I'm realizing why every set that I've seen is Silverlos. Like, every endgame maxed out best case scenario set, assuming you have good decorations, good level 4 decorations, Silver Soul B is winning out. Unless you can destroy me right now if you can link me to an up-to-date video or like a Imager meta set page or whatever that tells me otherwise. But this set is not cleanly beating out Silverlos. At most, I could see like mixing and matching, maybe 1 piece from here, but it's not beating Silverlos. The deadest thing on Silverlos is the helm. The helm and potentially the chest. But this chest versus Azor's chest is yeah. And keep in mind how skill hungry Bow is as a weapon. Bow is just mad skill hungry. So the more higher level slots you have, the more wiggle room you have. And the problem is, like, even if, like, when you're talking about meta, right? Because you said earlier that some of the meta sets didn't include Azor set because it was an event quest and it's not available all the time. But most meta guides will, if Azor set was truly better, it being tied to an event wouldn't matter because they would still be like, this would be the best set that is possible to get in the game, regardless of this set being tied to an event. Fair. Chest and arms is better on silver, but Azor set is winning out because it's easier to get through since you get 3 Wex and 5 cons. Yeah, but see, that's gonna be the differentiation. Like, it's cozy to have 5 constitution, but again, if you're talking about at the highest level, it's not necessary. Like, getting Constitution free and getting the rest of your stamina usage through the dash juice is just it then allows you to not waste 2 slots on Constitution. Because I agree with you. All of the sets I have now, most of them have Constitution 5, but that's only because at the time I didn't have enough points to like meld a whole bunch of dash juices. But now that melding is not a problem, and I can have as many dash juices as I want, you're gonna perform better with take the 2 Constitution off, use the dash juice to get to have your Constitution 5, and then yeah, you don't need to have Constitution 5. And keep in mind, you want other certain cozy skills as well, right? Like Stamina Surge. You want to have more slots to be able to make use of Stamina Surge, potentially. Even though it's not an essential skill, it's useful to have. And keep in mind, like, all the other quality of life skills, like Evade Extender, that you might want because you... Like, this has no level 2 slots. No level 2 slots versus... There's 1 there, 2, and then if you count the level 3 slot here, that's at least 3 level 2 slots, which opens up more flexibility. Another thing to note is that Azor set can be unlocked. Yeah, sure. But we're talking about, like, I acknowledge that, but we're talking about, like, we're talking about just endgame. Like, if you're talking about what is good because of, like, progression throughout the game, then you have a point. But outside of progression, if we're talking about 2 players or players that are already at the end game, and we're talking about what set is more superior, yeah, I understand you don't need Stamina Surge, but like basically, Bo gets to. I'm not trying to say like you don't know this, but I'm just talking like everything I know about Bo as well. Because Bo is so skill hungry, it gets to a point where you have to balance between like comfortable skills. Like once you get all your essential skills, you can now worry about comfortable skills. And Stamina Surge is one of those skills, and so is Evade Extender. It's not essential, but they're comfortable skills that you can add to like make your play experience a bit smoother. But the trouble with the Azor set is that it doesn't give you as much room for those comfortable skills, which is why Silverlos is going to win out. So, but again, it's nice that like both set bonuses are applicable, like you can mix and match. And had I known about this quest earlier, like when I was like MR20, then I would have 1000% farmed this out and I would have been using this. I just didn't know about it. But now that we're like at endgame and I'm trying to build my endgame sets, Silverlos is gonna win out for sure. Now, making out in silver is a lot more difficult, personally speaking. You mean making Silverlos work? Like making... You mean like having all the essential skills in Silverlos? Silver is giving you way more skill flexibility. And also, right, like for both sets, we're going to be using both sets or thinking about both sets mostly because of the set bonus. Like that's what we're really after. So because it's the set bonus that is most important, the next most important thing is what set gives more flexibility skill-wise, and it's 1000% Silverlos. Yeah, but yeah. Of course, yeah, getting good gems is hard. But again, we're assuming like this comparison is assuming you have good gems. If you throw in like a curveball, like, oh, what if you don't have the good gems? Then of course the discussion changes, right? Then it's like, okay, if you don't have good gems, maybe Azor set. If you don't have this, maybe Azor set. Maybe if you're MR20, Azor set. But we're assuming end game, you have access to most of the good gems that you need. In said scenario, Silverlos is winning. Yeah. That was what I meant from the very beginning. Like every end game set that I've seen from every player, like, and keep in mind these players have been playing for way longer than me or doing all of the maths breakdowns way more depth than I ever could. I assume that they've analyzed everything carefully and every single set is Silverlos. That's what I was saying at the very beginning. But I'm glad I checked because, you know, I never want to get into the habit of like speaking confidently. Like I hate being loud and wrong, you know what I mean? I think people that are loud and wrong are like super, it just, like I would never want to be that. That's why I was like, you know what, let me do the quest and take a look myself. But now that I'm seeing it myself, I can see for sure why at the highest level, all gems gotten, Silverlos is going to win out simply because of the slottage is better. Yeah. Anyway, that was a nice back and forth. But yeah, no, I still think Azor set is more reliable. Yeah, perhaps it's a bit more cozier for you specifically. And if by reliable you mean it serves a purpose like as you're progressing through the game, sure, 100% agree. But I think at the highest end, on paper, it's Silverlos's Silverlos, if you're talking about damage output, Silverlos is going to be able to provide you with higher damage output if you've got the gems required, if you've got the decorations that you need. Because the biggest thing going against your argument is that you don't need Constitution 5. That's the ultimate like thorn in your side, because you do like, it's unnecessary. Constitution 5 is unnecessary considering that you can get the effect of Constitution 5 thanks to Dash Juice. That's going to be the ultimate like difference maker. Check your build. Constitution. And again, like when I see this focus is a big pay. Like Constitution 5 and Focus 2, like Focus is not being utilized at all. Like when you're going to be dash dancing the whole time. Focus is having no benefit. Like that's a big blunder on the set. And then Constitution 5. And then it's 3 things: Constitution 5, Focus, and the lack of gem, the lack of flexibility with the slots. Con 5 is nice though. Constitution is the skill that it reduces your stamina usage. You use less stamina when you're dashing and shooting. Constitution 5 is nice though, as you can eat for another stuff. Yeah, true, but again, we're talking about I feel like we're looping a bit. We're talking about at the highest end, right? Like the ability to get the effect of Constitution 5 with stamina, with Dash Juice, is too valuable to pass up. Look at the skill list. Critical Eye, health boost, critical boost. Yeah, I mean, crit boost and weakness. I mean, we both already acknowledged that we don't really need crit boost, right? Because the raw damage is not really adding a lot to elemental output. Weakness exploit is important because we need to trigger the true crit element. Focus 3, we know that this is not necessary. Wait, why do you have focus 3? How did you oh, the full set gives you. Okay, I see. Okay, got it. So the full set gives you focus 3. Again, man, like, look, this focus 3 is just it's just not doing anything. Okay, evade window, that's nice. I mean, the best things here: weakness exploit 3, critical eye 4, nice. But that's about it. Like, you can go 2 levels of constitution down. We already acknowledged we don't need crit boost. Focus 3 is a waste. And then Silver Los would give you flexibility if you did want to climb up on the stamina surge. If you wanted stamina surge 2, that could help. Not to mention evade window, like you could get that on Silver Los 2, or evade extender. It's not horrible, like nobody's saying this is horrible. We're just talking about at the highest end. This, between this and Silver Los, I think you would have a rough time having, like, if you lined up 10 endgame like knowledgeable bow players and asked them which set, assuming you have all the right decorations, and you ask them which set is superior, nobody's going for Azor Wrath. I mean, Azor set. Maybe a couple, maybe, but then I would argue that they're just wrong. Not to sound rude or anything. But, I mean, hey, if it's more cozy for you, that's the beauty of Monster Hunter, you know? Find your set, find what works for you. Maybe evade window and the focus. Maybe there's a time, maybe Dragon Piercer, right? I'm pretty sure there's times where you pull out the Dragon Piercer and it charges a bit quicker. You know what I mean? Even though Dragon Piercer is not really a skill you want to use. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not like an MMO like World of Warcraft endgame raiding where, you know, every single last bit of DPS matters. Unless they release a quest where the damage, the DPS check is like super, super tight, maybe it will matter more, but I don't think it will ever matter that much in a game like this, so it's all good. Okay, tried building with Silverlos now. It's not even close. Bro, just stick with your set. Of course it's not gonna be close if you don't have all the relevant gear. Do you want me to look at your set? Yeah, you can I thought we already agreed. I could have sworn earlier you said that assuming we're talking about only endgame and assuming you have all the necessary decorations, Silverlos is better. And now we're looping again. What's happening? What's happening to me? I'm just saying. If you're saying it's better for you, no, I don't mind. I don't mind a good argument. I think it's fun. It's fun. But like, if you're saying it's just better for you, then cool. Like, there's no need. I don't need to push back. But if you're saying that you think it's actually optimally better, yeah. If it works better for you, then there's no need. There's no need to go back and forth more, right? Like, I think. Okay, let me say it like this. One can acknowledge that something is better for a person individually, while at the same time acknowledging that on paper, the highest damage output possible is going to be able to be opened up by a different option, right? We can agree on that, right? Like, one should be able to agree that this gear works better for how I play or what I like to have available to me. But at the same time, I could acknowledge that if you're talking about at the highest level, and if our goal is not about comfort, and the goal is also mostly about damage output, then you should be able to acknowledge that Silverlos is going to provide that, right? Anyway, we don't have to continue to go back and forth. You already acknowledged that it's more about personal preference, right? So, yeah, with the build you're going for, you know.